and welcome to my channel. This is the very first video I am uploading for you guys, so thank you for joining me. Today I have a very delicious and exciting recipe for you guys, and it is cinnamon rolls. They are perfect for the holiday season as well as the winter time if you are in a little bit of a need for comfort food. They are super delicious, incredibly soft, and the best part is they are 100% vegan. I also made sure to only include simple ingredients because I'm not a fan of complicated baking, and I doubt you guys are either. If you like this video and want to see more vegan recipes as well as videos on minimalism and self-care, please be sure to hit the subscribe button below. But until then, let's get baking. In a large mixing bowl, I'm going to add in 2 cups of coconut milk. If you have a different plant-based milk preference, go ahead and use that. We're going to add in 8 tablespoons of vegan butter along with 1/3 cup of organic cane sugar. And then I sprinkled in just a little bit of pink Himalayan salt to the mix. Go ahead and mix that together. We are then adding in 1 tablespoon of dry active yeast and allowing that to sit for 3 to 5 minutes. After that has set, we are going to gradually add in our flour. So this is a total of 5 cups. I'm just using a few at a time, mixing it together, and then gradually adding in the rest. If your dough does get a little bit too dry after a while, you can grab the plant-based milk that you had earlier and just throw in a splash or 2. After a while of stirring, you can go ahead and ditch the spoon and start kneading with your hands into 1 sum of dough. I'm adding in a little bit of pink Himalayan salt as well as 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. After your dough is set, grab a towel and we are going to let it sit for 45 minutes to an hour. Once your dough is done rising, you can add some flour to your surface that you're going to be rolling your dough out on and your rolling pin. Go ahead and throw your dough on the surface. I like to spread it out with my hands first to get the general form of how I'm going to roll it out, and then we take the pin to it. Make sure you have some extra flour on hand so that your pin doesn't get stuck to the dough, or if you're having problems with your dough sticking to the surface. And then I'm rolling it out into a nice thin rectangular shape. If you like more of a thick dough to your cinnamon rolls, then you might want to roll it out just a little bit less. Once we are all rolled out, I am taking a stick of slightly melted vegan butter and just spreading that across the top of our dough. We are taking our filling mixture, which is 1 cup of organic brown sugar along with 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, and then I threw in 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice for a little fall fun. After you have your spread all laid out, you can lift up the edges a little bit because we are going to start rolling it. So I'm starting at the bottom and doing a really tight roll all the way up. Make sure to take your time so that none of the dough sticks to the surface and you get a tear. At the very end, you could probably cut off that excess, but just make sure it's all tucked in nicely. I did kind of a bad job at that. And then I'm going to cut it in half so I can transfer it nicely to my cutting board. We are going to cut off the ends and discard those, and then start cutting it into our rolls. So I'm cutting these about 2 to 3 inches wide, and as you'll be able to tell, I didn't stay that consistent with it, but honestly I didn't have a problem in the baking process at all, so don't be too worried about that. Once we are all cut out, you can add your rolls into a lined pan. You can also use an oiled pan as well. These are going to bake at 350 degrees for 35 to 45 minutes. Starting with our icing, I have 3/4 cups of powdered sugar and then 1 teaspoon of that pumpkin spice. I am mixing these together first. Then you can go ahead and dump that mixture into a larger bowl. Add in 3 tablespoons of your coconut milk or plant-based milk and mix that in together. I'm going to add in another 1/4 cup of the powdered sugar just to thicken it up a little bit. Finally, our rolls are out of the oven. They are looking gorgeous. Let it cool for a little bit and then take your spatula and serve it up. I'm going to pour some of our icing over it, not with a fork, that was kind of difficult, spill some on the table, and then I like to top it off with some crushed pecans. That is all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more recipes just like this, please give it a thumbs up. That would help me out so much. Until then, I hope you enjoy these cinnamon rolls and you give them a try. I promise they are delicious and the only thing I've eaten today.